Open source is a scam. It might be the dumbest thing I've ever seen. As a group of the smartest people in the world have been literally brainwashed. The developer community has been gaslighted into thinking that open source is the only way. But in reality, it's just stupid. It's dumb. And no one really takes action because without a leader that has an autistic vision, you're never going to get anywhere. You need a Steve Jobs. You need a Mark Zuckerberg. You need a Bill Gates. You need a Sam Altman, whoever, dude. You need someone who will never quit until that vision has been accomplished. Now, look around, look at DAOs in crypto or other places where you get a collaboration of people trying to make decisions. No decisions are ever made. And I can tell you this, I had the fastest growing GitHub here with over 1,000 stars in under 30 days. And I just turned it private because open source is a scam, dude. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Open source is just a product of these little devs who like to tinker and to collect GitHubs. You know, I've been open source here on YouTube showing everything for the past 4 or 5 years. And I finally dropped my GitHub and it was one of the fastest growing ever, I think. I mean, 1,000 stars in 30 days, 800 forks. But I just closed it because literally nobody's building anything besides me. They're just tinkering, they're just collecting. They collect them like Pokemon cards, bro. And then they literally don't ship anything. And I'm the biggest collector. Look at my NFT, bro. It's so sick. Check it out. But after 4 years of working super closely with the smartest developers in the world, like you guys are so smart. You're one out of 1,000. The ones who can build anything. The data dogs. The real devs that I talk to every single day. I can tell you. Open source is the dumbest thing coming from the smartest people. Every day I get devs coming in here complaining about how hard it is to get a job, how hard it is to make money off the development. You literally build the future, bro. You could build anything. And the only way to get a job is to have an open source GitHub that I need to show to my employer. Bro, they got you bad. They got you bad. They're just using you. Do you not understand this? I get it. The open source community, it's a cult, bro. And cults are very, very challenging to leave. But it's time to open your eyes. Why are developers, the smartest people in the world, why can't they make any money without a job? And why do they have to give their code away to get a job? Did you see that chart today or yesterday? There's no more jobs for developers, dude. Look around, bro. 90% of AI used on the internet is closed source because they're better models and easier to use. Any developer that's actually coding right now is using Claude Sonnet, probably incur. That is closed source. No one's actually using Llama or any of these open source models. Sure, I have them running on my computer. Yes, I have R1 on my computer. I have Llama on my computer, sure. But nobody's actually using them. I use them here and there, but most of my spend's going to Claude. Most of your spend's going to Claude. If you are a developer, you're already part of the 1% smartest people in the entire world. And you know this, right? You know this because nobody else can code. And AI is literally only helping us. Please, 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 please. Don't let these companies and other nerds just bully you into open sourcing everything. Please stop being scared and charge for your code. It is literally the only way to push this industry forward. Like I said, my GitHub had over 1,000 stars and 800 forks in less than 30 days. Please look around GitHub. How many repositories are growing that fast? You can see now 7 stars, 3 forks. That's because I made it private. Because I'm the only one building. And I have the proof for that. You're the only one with your vision. And I have the proof for that. Because nobody's had the experiences you've had. Nobody's been through the challenges you've been through. No one is you. No one has your vision. Please, don't depend on open source anymore. Don't depend on an employer anymore. They're not hiring anymore. You're the only one with the vision. You're still using Claude mostly, which is closed source. OpenAI raised $500 billion. That is closed source. I know I mentioned Mark earlier, but the only reason Facebook is open sourcing Llama is because they are way behind. And this is their only move in order to try to win back developers. You get that, right? Because they missed the AI wave. They're getting crushed by Anthropic. They're getting crushed by OpenAI. So they're like, okay, let's make it all open source and let's get all the developers on our side. Mark is an absolute killer, bro. He don't give up about you, dude. The only reason Facebook is open source is because they're behind. It's up to you, dude. You can continue to live your life, one of the smartest people in the world, one of the very, very few people in the world that can figure out how to code and actually ship products. You can continue to just push your code to these GitHubs and let all the little code collectors like critique it and put in issues and not actually use it, but just play with it. Never ship anything, never make any money off of it. You could keep going that way, sure. That's up to you. But please, don't come to me complaining about how there's no jobs as a developer or I can't make money as a developer, yada, yada. You're literally 1 out of 1,000 who actually benefits from this AI, dude. This AI wave is the biggest thing we've ever seen. It's the biggest regime shift we've ever seen. So please, 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 please step on the gas and stop wasting your life. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting all of your beautiful development hours on open source when no one is going to build your vision except for you.